Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. I like this music. Justin's got some groovy music. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to talk about this episode. Oh, I
Hi,
must say,
everybody.
yeah, this is the episode. Wow. This is Evil, Season 3, Episode 9, The Demon of Money. The Demon of Money?
Well, they basically just talked about stocks the whole time, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's considered money, but most of us can't even afford to invest,
Yep. Hello, y'all. Well, apparently you didn't need much. You only need like $100 or $500.
Well,
Or
some
if you
people
can't
can't
afford to
even
lose
afford
that.
that. So
Yeah. Can't afford to lose that. So, wow.
I have to say, I want to get your opinion about it, of course. The pop-up book in this episode was my absolute favorite.
I was wondering about that because when it happened, it was very, very unique and detailed and a little bit maybe foreshadowing because I thought what we saw in the pop-up was actually going to happen in the episode. So I wondered if you liked it because I said, I wonder if Justin likes this since you don't like them usually.
I really liked it. In these last few episodes, they've really improved upon their design scheme, and it really caught my eye, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, because what happened, I thought there was going to be another feast, but maybe that's going to happen in the next episode.
In the finale, because remember in season 1 they had the feasting in the final episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did, and they put the grapes or whatever all over the man's private parts. I really am okay with that. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
me too.
Yeah, I wonder if they feast on that.
Oh god, I really don't want to think about that.
Yeah, there were a couple things that made me go ee in this episode. Specifically that man's nose. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah. Kager, you say I look like a young Leland when I smile. Yeah. No. Oh, and I also
So he's
have.
basically saying you look like a young psychopath.
Yes, he is, and I resent that though, Kager, you. But I still love you, buddy. I really do. But I have an announcement for all of the audience when we get to the specific part, and Larice knows what part. But I have an announcement to make that's gonna shock
It
everybody.
has to do
So
with a dude whose name starts with A and ends with a Y and has an ND in the middle. Right? Yeah, I spelled it right. I had to think about that.
nobody is gonna see it coming. I promise you, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, hello everyone else. Pam, we got KRU, we got Mr. Beckham, we got Brian from Canada, we got Walt,
Brian
Lord
from
Baltimore.
Canada.
Yeah, Brian is from Canada, right? Send greetings from Canada.
Yeah, he did earlier.
Welcome.
Yeah,
It's hot.
and
It's
we've
hot
got
as
a.
balls here. It's hot as balls.
Yeah. Where would you like to start off this episode at today?
We're gonna start off in the beginning, but
Well, yeah, I would
before.
hope that you wouldn't start off at the end like Walt did.
No, we're not gonna go backwards. Let me just say once again, we did not solve the case here. The case was left unresolved. I don't think it was milquetoasty though. I thought it was very good.
We
But
didn't solve the case, did we?
we didn't solve the case. No, we don't know what happened. I'm very disappointed with what happened with that because we didn't get to see the payoff of her passing along this cursed shadow man to the guy that really deserved it. Leave Walt alone.
And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that effed up movie, It Follows.
Oh, I never saw that. Is that any good?
Oh my god. No, it's stupid.
Oh, okay.
It is not worth the 2.5 hours that the movie is the length of the movie is just a waste of your life. Don't do it.
Well, I
But it's
thought,
like, but the thing behind that movie is this thing follows you, and in order to pass it on to somebody else, you have to have sex with them.
oh, okay. That's a little
So
bit better than giving them a stock tip. I don't know. I kind of like that better.
I knew you would say
It's
that.
kind of like a real live action version of chainmail, basically. This is like it's like chainmail. Send this to your friend, or else this will happen to you. Right?
Hmm. Yeah, and
Based on chainmail. Hi,
like
Lori.
they said, it's kind of like The Ring as well. So,
Yes, and they
uh,
talked about
yeah,
that. They talked about that. They made a joke about that. We could start at the beginning. Kristen, Dr. Boggs, can I just rant for a second?
yeah. Go
Don't
ahead,
see
go ahead.
him. Don't see him anymore. He's off his rocker. And I'm so glad she actually had a moment where she realized this.
Yeah, yeah. It came a little later than I was hoping, but at least she got there.
She got there. Well, she went to him for legitimate reasons. She obviously she told him what happened with this woman Valerie that was carrying her child that was murdered and had the baby cut out of her. And her reaction was a little bit conflicting because she mentioned that she was horrified, clearly, obviously, but also partly relieved because she didn't want someone else to bear her child. So she was struggling with this
Yeah, but
because
I'm sure she didn't want somebody, killing the mother of the child and ripping
right.
out the baby from her stomach. So
No, no. But part of her was relieved, and she didn't really.
know how
She
to
doesn't feel
process
good that she
that.
had this thought in her head.
Yeah.
So that's just her conscience. So I don't think that it's. I understand what Dr. Boggs is saying. A thought. It's just a thought. It's not really how you really feel.
Do you think he is now evil himself?
No, I just think he's just freaking crazy. He's just he's bad crap crazy now. I don't think he's evil. I don't even think he's possessed. I think he's just maybe he's possessed. I don't know. I just think he needs to like go take a vacation, step away for a little bit, like a real vacation.
Yeah, yeah. I I really really enjoyed this episode from start to finish because it not only gave you something to put you on the edge of your seat, but it kept you thinking throughout the whole thing, which they've done throughout every episode of this season.
Yeah, yeah. There wasn't a moment. There was no filler. The
Mm-mm.
only slightly tiny bit of filler might be this Dr. Boggs storyline, but they're kind of starting to tie it into everything. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that that's starting to happen.
But Kristen at one point needs to realize that Dr. Boggs, and she kind of realized it this episode that he is just crazy.
Yeah, well,
That's why she didn't give that guy his card later in the episode.
yeah. Well, she gets a call from David saying, "Come to meet her down at the docks. Come to meet him down at the docks." And she hears the song playing when she's outside. She has that moment. This is the moment here, and she looks in and she says, "Huh, that's not normal." She also notices the bandage on his hand, and his hand has been scratched up. Did they really explain how he got that? Did I
Uh,
miss something?
yes, they actually explained it before she left the room. While they were still in the middle of session, she said, "What happened to your hand?" He said, "I fell." And she said, "You fell, but it's on the back of your hand." He said he cut it shaving, so that's why she questioned it. And
I don't think he's telling the truth. That's what I'm
and he
saying.
he said,
It's the
"Well,
demon.
Yeah, he said, "Well, I fell on my razor and I cut my hand," which makes no sense at all.
He's full of it. He's full of it.
Yeah, of
Kager,
course he
you
is.
said it wasn't classic or anything, but it had the potential to be something. There's going to be a sequel. Oh, to this It Follows, the Shadow Man with the hoodie?
Not, it didn't have a hoodie. It was just a shadow man that, tried to like murder anybody that it was following. But don't, like I said, don't waste your time on it. Even Kager U says it's not bad, but it was.
Brian said Team Eradicator needs to step it up before hell invades the world. Oh, it's already here. It's definitely already here.
I don't understand what that means.
I think he's talking about the three of them.
Oh, okay. All right. I did not connect those dots. Sorry.
Right. Well, it's okay. I think that's what I meant. I might be wrong. Now, again, like I said, Dr. Boggs, he's just wacky and weird. It's just bizarre. It's just everything about him is bizarre, and I've just so had it with his weirdness. He gives Kristen a copy of his book, or at least this rough draft.
The manuscript, yeah.
Yes, he's very, very desperate for her to read it. It's really like, I think Kristen's like, what is wrong with him? I don't blame her because she's right.
Well, in every one of the King shows, they always have this crazy guy in one or multiple seasons, and I think this is their kind of crazy crumb they're dropping in, making Dr. Boggs nuts so that they don't have to bring in somebody else.
We'll just make him go nuts. We don't need a third person. We don't need someone else. Just Brian said that was a name of an old fan group, and us came up with it. They're gone now. Oh, okay. The Team Eradicator. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Well, I will look up the origin of that group. I'm interested in knowing more.
Pam said Dr. Boggs should buy a Ferrari, like a midlife crisis, a normal one. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Pam, it looks like he's having more of a demonic life crisis here. So I think the next step is having the demon like enter him through his nose or something. However, the demon wants to do it.
There's other ways they could enter him, and we're not going to talk about that. But
hey, you said it, not me.
It could be the demon of the enemas. The enemy of the enema demon. The enemy of the enemas demons. The enemy of the enemas demon. Yeah, something like that. Or through another thing. There's plenty of places for him to enter. I think that'd be funny, actually. The butt demon.
Didn't we already have a butt demon though at some point?
I don't remember, but we did have an X-Files episode of a little man in a scooter that crawled up people's butts. So,
and there was in one of my other shows that I watched, there was a penis demon that went up your penis.
What show was that?
That was Fringe.
Oh, okay. The demon of the penis. That would be a great episode. I'm surprised they didn't do that, honestly. Oompa Loompa up the butt. That's right, Walt. Exactly.
Yes.
So, moving on, Kristen has told David and Ben about Valerie and the situation. They want to make sure she's okay, ready to work on this case. She's fine. So she did tell them.
She's not fine. And also, if it were me, I would take advantage of this situation and take 3 months off of work.
3 months?
Yes.
I don't think I think she'd go nuts if she did that. She'd go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I guess she would, but I wouldn't. I would enjoy it.
It's really bothering her. I think she wants to just keep her mind off of it at this point.
Mhm. I'm really surprised that she doesn't have some sort of mental breakdown.
Well, maybe it's coming. Hopefully not. But yeah, I hope we're not heading there. That was last season. She was kind of possessed, or at least thought she was. So we've kind of been there. But they have this man in a boat. He's got this yacht. He brings them inside, asks if there's a demon out there. Very paranoid. Seems like a paranoid man. Says this thing has been following him. And at first he just seems a little bit out of his mind, but then we see the footage. I think he shows him on the security camera, I guess, and we see
Hmm.
the shadow man, shadow figure.
Do you have a screenshot of the shadow figure when he? Yep, right here. I
Yeah.
love how you always go right to it when I bring it up.
Well, at first I was looking at it, and it really looks like just a guy in a hoodie wandering around, which is what they
Well,
originally thought it was.
well, no, not really, because if you look closer, you can see kind of like a smoky essence surrounding the guy and moving as the entity gets closer to the boat or the yacht or whatever it is.
You saw like smoke or something?
Yeah, it's like some sort of smoky substance. Yeah.
Maybe he was vaping.
It was almost like it was like a digital fragment of an old photo or something, like pixelated like that.
It's a little bit blobby. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at it, it's kind of like this. It's like a blob. You're right.
And here they say, "Well, are you being audited?" And he's, "Because you came into the money so quickly." And it's like they were suggesting that an IRS agent came out to his boat at 2 in the morning. That would never happen.
They really did say that. I don't know why they said that, but they did say that.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but they think it's the IRS. I also noticed that it seems like this figure is also, it seems like almost like it's glitching too when it moves. And then
Hmm.
it causes this flare, electrical flare.
Um, I don't know what that was about, because not a lot of demons that we've encountered this season have an electrical, make electric vehicles and electric appliances malfunction when they move. So this
And
really didn't make a whole lot of sense.
they didn't answer this or explain this at all whatsoever.
I know it. When they do that, and they've done that a lot this season, I thought it would actually piss me off more than it does, because normally, I hate that things are left unfinished. But in this season, I don't feel like I'm craving more when the episode's over, not even when they don't explain everything.
Well, I think again the case itself seems to have taken a back seat, even though it ties into the main theme and the main storyline
Hmm.
somewhat. It still takes a back seat to the characters, especially because of what happens at the end is has nothing to do with this thing, honestly, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, yeah, because they're two separate storylines. Um, at least I consider them to be two separate storylines. I don't know about you. What did you think about that?
Yeah, yeah. It was almost like this is the subplot. The case is the subplot here.
And
Secondary storyline.
used to though, they would have the case at the forefront and it would be the main storyline. But this season they've made the case the secondary storyline, as you mentioned. Do you like that better than the old way?
I do. I actually do like it.
Okay, yeah, I like it too. I think it gives them more flexibility with the story.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Kegger, you said it's the Shadow Repo Man because it wants you to give everything back.
Oh, that's it. Well, I mean, I guess it would be the Repo Man, but I would say I would see that thing and I would do this. That would be my
Speaking
reaction to it.
speaking of screaming, David gets a call in the middle of all of this from LeConte. They need his help because of Grace. Grace needs him.
Uh, I really enjoyed um, Grace's presence in this episode because I really think that it brought out a new side of not only of the character itself, but of David as a priest, because she helped guide him to see things differently in a way that he didn't before. I don't know what you thought about that, but
I like,
I would
yeah, I
love to hear it.
agree. I agree with that. I like that she trusts him more than the rest of these guys, these shady entity guys,
Mhm.
because
And yes, yeah.
they're kind of cold and cryptic, and David
Well,
is not.
and as you know, I came up with a name for them last week as the bourgeois signifiers of whiteness. And again, all the white dudes up in that one room, and then in walks David.
Yeah, I was hoping to see my friend again. I'm not. I'm not. I'm happy. I'm unhappy they didn't use him. Keep him around as part of the entity.
He was actually really good. I enjoyed watching him. I went back and I watched that episode again, and he really sticks out among all the other white dudes, though.
He's a little bit younger than the rest of them.
Yeah, tell him he did a good job. I mean, I tell him myself, but I don't know how to get in touch with him.
Well, I'll tell him next time I see him at some point. I'll see if I can get any inside info, but I probably don't. He probably doesn't know. But getting to this, I didn't. There's a lot of holes in this map that she has
Mhm.
to fill in. Like they're asking a lot of her. They have this whole spread like of papers. I mean, there's got to be, look at all this, and I'm trying to make sense of it all. Am I missing something here? This looks like a pentagon on the left.
Uh,
On the right looks
it's
like a devil or maybe an angel.
this on my left looks like a pentagram
Yeah.
that's been burned in the center, and this on the right looks like a naked man from an anatomy book in 8th grade.
You know what it is? You ever see the bodies exhibit? It's what it is. It's the bodies
Yeah.
exhibit.
Um, but and Grace really showed her value in this episode toward filling in the map and what it all means. Because later in the episode they say, sorry to get ahead of us, but they say she did a century of work in one day.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yes, because it seemed like they were getting ready to dismiss her.
Well, remember, they're really slow at getting things done. They've only taken down over the past 200 years like 3 or 4 houses of these sigils. Remember, maybe
Hmm.
less than that. So they're moving at a snail pace right now. They're moving a very snail pace. So even if she fills in one little hole, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, looking at these, I think I could potentially fill them in just by recognizing a pattern. I, it's like they're missing pieces of a puzzle.
Well, this one down here, closest to the end one, on the bottom row, it's not burned at all. So why is it even in question?
You're right.
I mean, did they not even see that?
Yeah. Well, maybe they completed that one.
Okay, okay. See, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, maybe they completed that one. Walt said Grace is pretty much everything. Kegeru said Grace needs Paul Bettany from the movie Priest to hold her down. Or
Uh,
Da
I
Vinci Code.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't like Da Vinci Code, to be honest.
That is all right. I like Paul Bettany though.
I loved how they were carrying the inflatables down the stairs, and
Yeah, the
uh,
flamingo.
yeah,
It's just so bizarre because originally when we saw her, she wasn't using these huge inflatables. It was just a beach ball. It wasn't anything massive like this. So like, we need more air. We need more air. Let's bring a flamingo. We made the flamingo a full ass flamingo, a pink one. What the heck? Floater to like pool toys.
I don't know.
And there's like a duck.
It looks like they're panicking at this point because they're like, "Oh
You
my god,
think?
well, what?" Yeah, oh yeah, because she's telling them that she can't remember drawing the things that she drew at the detention center. And so they're panicking because they're like, "Oh my god, what if she really can't talk to God now? What if that's just gone?" But that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree. And Walt said the church is already full of hot air. Now look, there's even more papers. That's a lot.
But at this point, I really think that they need her more than she needs them because she's out of China now. She could just say, "Peace, bitches. I'm out."
Yeah. Yeah, bye guys. Thanks. Don't call me. I'll call you.
Exactly.
She
Yeah.
could totally ghost them.
But she doesn't. She sticks around and helps, and I love it.
I didn't I don't understand this at all, but
That is a piece of the Prevalia Codex. We don't know where it goes yet.
okay. Yeah. So I guess they want this duck, not just a duck. The duck has got sunglasses. It's just so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
But they're putting a lot of pressure on her too, and this is not a productive environment for her. And I think when she sees David, it kind of takes a little bit of the stress off of her. Because I'm sorry, it's a lot of pressure to be doing a few centuries worth of work in a few minutes. And you have all
Oh
these
yeah.
cryptic, shady guys standing around expecting you to fill in the blanks of like hundreds and hundreds of years of missing. What happened? What happened to these documents in the first? Who burned them?
It was probably a fire, or probably someone evil found the documents and set them on fire, and that's why they're partial.
Okay. Because did I miss at some point in the story? Did they explain why these documents were missing pieces?
No,
Okay.
no.
It's just like that because it's fun. We
I
need,
mean, I guess there's always a kernel of absurdity in everything the kings do. So I guess with the inclusion of the holes in the map, the Pavilia
yeah,
Codex, and Dr. Boggs, they're introducing their levels of absurdity at small increments to not overload the audience.
right. Well, at least we're not seeing flashes of puzzle pieces anymore because that I'm still a little bit confused about.
The puzzle, the puzzle thing.
Yeah, I know it made a map in New York, but it's still like unclear as to what.
Yeah, I reached out to our resident puzzle expert Devin in the group, and
Devin.
he's checking into something for me, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. So that'll be fun.
Oh, okay. Well, Grace here actually mentions his David's watch. She said the sigil matches his watch. It was like
It's actually the wristband from the yacht. The guard gave them the wristband, and for each Kristen, Ben, and David to get back on the yacht whenever they went over there.
oh, that was the
So that
wristband.
was
Okay,
yes. Hmm.
so that makes sense. Okay, somehow I missed that part. I missed that part somehow. Yeah, so she finds she this is how it actually ties into the storyline, the actual case, because there was a connection there between the sigil and this company, this specific stock. I think I saw a member make a connection there, that there was those little, what, cryptocurrency things, what were they called?
Bitcoin?
Ones, what?
No, not Bitcoin. Macabres. Yeah, macabres.
Macabres, yes. So macabres were part of the portfolio for that stock.
Kager U says, I bet Justin and Louise don't even realize that Michael Coulter, who plays David on Evil, was also Luke Cage from Marvel. Yes, we know, but
Yes,
that series was canceled, so it's not relevant at this point.
yes. No, I won't watch that show. So
I couldn't get through one episode, to be honest.
I think I'm a little superheroed out. So I kind of am a little coming on the downside of the superhero. By the time I've started, I was kind of on the coming down off the superhero thing. But this
But
is the sigil. Go ahead.
the Kings in a behind the scene featurette for season 1 actually revealed to us that the role of David, that this show in general was actually written for him, for
Mike Coulter.
for Mike Coulter. Yes.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
And they were asked by the interviewer who worked at TV Line at the time, why did you have him in mind for the role? And their response is hilarious, because they were like, well, he's just so sexy.
I think I remember that. I think I remember that. I agree. This is nice because you see this connection between David and Grace. They made sure to show him holding her hand.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I think there's something blooming there, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
It might be. Yes.
Oh, no. Uh-oh, Kristen, move over.
I mean, come on. I mean, he already got with his dead fiance's sister. So, what's one more?
Walt said, Grace, David, Kristen love triangle. It's actually a quad because of Andy.
Well, Andy is not relevant because not right now, because he's in Leland's refrigerator. So when he gets out,
back.
he'll be relevant. Yes,
he's coming back.
And I actually have something to say about that later when we get to the kitchen scene.
Yes, we'll get to the kitchen scene. And so they go back to the boat. They end up going back. He takes the sigil back to this guy, and he's like, what the hell is this, basically? But it actually ends up matching with a pen that he got, and that was the pen from the person he got the stock tip from. Is that correct? I think
yes. And see, what they didn't connect was, it wasn't that they gave away all their possessions. It was, if you gave the stock to somebody, the thing would stop following you.
Exactly. It would start following the person that you gave it to.
Exactly the same, except for the sex part of it follows.
I kind of wish they had sex. I'm really, like, that would have been really cool. Then everyone would have been doing each other, because he would have had to have sex with, who did he give it to? It was like Ben that did it first.
Oh, I'm about to kill Walt in the comments.
No, Ben would have had to have sex with the guy who has no nose. And then, right? And then, what is Walt doing? Bunk beds from hell? What is he talking about?
He's saying that, he says, Justin has been trying to rub out Andy since season 1. And then he said, just the tip.
Okay, we're not. Why did you say that? Just ignore it. That's the second time. That's the second time he has said that. He has said that twice now. Walt, I'm gonna ban you in a second. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So, sorry I said it, guys.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay. It's fine.
It's funny though.
I know. Well, this woman that gave him the stock tip, this is her beautiful house. I guess she's going to be giving it away because they believe that giving it away will get rid of this shadow man. And, you know, her uncle was the one who advised her. I guess her uncle is the nose
To give
man.
it all back. Yeah, exactly.
Because the same thing happened to him. And then they end up chasing down the uncle.
Isn't she a professional swimmer?
The actress?
Yeah, isn't she some sort of like U.S. famous Olympic swimmer or something? I could swore I saw her at the Olympics one year.
Excuse me. I am not sure. We can check IMDb.
Yeah,
Someone want to check that?
Let's do that. Yeah, because I want to know if I'm right. I mean, I'm probably not, but let's.
So this brings us to Noseman. I'm like, great, and when we're gonna show the nose because this is wrong. Yeah, exactly. Walt said that was wrong. I don't know if he's talking about you saying she's an Olympic swimmer or that the nose man is just wrong because this man says that he has to give back everything, but he got a nose job and he had eye surgery, which means he had to give his nose back.
Yeah, she's yeah, I just Googled it. She's not an Olympic swimmer. That's my fault. Sorry.
You said wrong. I thought it was Walden said wrong, but I'm not talking about. Ben is committed to Vanessa and the cult. Ben, we'll get into Ben. He likes crazy women, but you know what? Kristen is freaking crazy. So I think
yeah,
maybe there could be another ship going on there.
Kaguru says you're wrong, Justin. She ain't, or she isn't no Olympic swimmer.
Oh, and the best part of this was he said his wife had a boob job.
Oh my God. How did you give it back though? That's what I want to know. How did you give the boob job back?
The same way he gave his nose, but gonna cut him off. Ugh, ow.
And what give the tissue back to the people? I mean,
yeah, I guess she's gonna be stuck with a bunch of empty balloons after that.
I mean, I bet she left him after he lopped off her boob.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. But this DF stock, he put $100 on after a trip at a bar. I don't know. Like I said, the implants, the news, but the logo is for like DF, and and that was called Demon something. Someone came up with the name of it, but I don't know if that was like Demon Fund. I don't. The nose. That's the nose.
Wait, Larice, go back for a second. Go back.
Go back to the nose.
No, yeah, go back to the nose.
Don't make me. Please don't make me.
Go back to the nose. Come on, let him open it up.
No.
Okay. So he did not do that himself. Okay, somebody else did that for him. There's no way it could be that clean cut. Doing it by yourself, trying to cut down.
I can't look at it.
Okay, move it away from the shot.
Okay. Lord Baltimore. No, Baltimore. Look at their reaction. Look at them. They're having
my God.
Their reaction is priceless.
Yeah, they're just wonderful actors.
I don't blame them. I'm sure the makeup department did phenomenal with this. So I would have the same reaction.
Yeah.
He did a nose removal. Walt said a live nose removal on Vidtap.
Nose removal.
Yeah. It's horrible to see. I agree. All right, so then we got your favorite part, the pop-up book.
I was genuinely impressed by this pop-up book. This one's my favorite by far.
Yeah.
And they can't really top this season of pop-up books. I mean, they started like going down the toilet with the pop-up book thing, but they really revived it. It's like the Robinson ship in the Netflix show Lost in Space, just going up, keep going, keep going. And it's they're doing pretty good, and I just hope they don't let it flail by season 4. But seriously though, they need to decide what they want. Do they want the intro or do they want the pop-up book? Because I'm tired of both.
Well, technically you could skip the intro, but if you do, you're haunted.
So. And I looked at that though. I paused it on the intro, and I saw that. I was like, "Oh, Larice told me about that because somebody else in the group had mentioned it."
Yep. Yeah, we're really haunted because kids sit through those. Although we've been sitting through them. I've been sitting through them.
I also invited Satan into my life last week, so I'm good to go.
Oh boy. Oh gosh. All right. I don't want. I don't even. You know what? I don't want to know. But remember, I sent you and everyone else in our little group chat, our moderator group chat, about the uptick, real life uptick in exorcism, and the amount of priests and exorcists are they're short staffed right now, just like everything else in the world. There is a labor shortage of exorcisms. So maybe that wasn't the best idea, Justin. Maybe that wasn't the best idea because
I don't really believe in that stuff. So bring it on.
You know what? A lot of people say that, and then they end up getting possessed.
Well, I'm pretty strong, so if it wants to take me down, I'll have to work for it.
Oh gosh. Anyways, that is very true. There has been that the Vatican and exorcists are complaining because they're overworked and they have so many cases they can't handle. They're saying like they have 30 to 50 cases a day of exorcism, real life exorcism. Wow. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vera says Justin is Justin is Boggs Jr. I'm not Boggs Jr. I'm smarter than Boggs. I can tell good from evil. And Brian says I banish you, Justin. Bring it on, buddy. I'm here for
it. Well, let's go back to this pop-up book, because if I have to send an exorcism to you, I'm going to be really mad. So okay. Or an exorcist. They're eating a pig and then it turns into a human. Oh, they're about to cut into that butt.
But that was irrelevant to the episode, though. Like you mentioned before we started shooting, because usually they're relevant to what's going on in the episode. There was no one eaten in this episode.
I expected a human feast.
Yeah, and I was actually kind of disappointed because we got one in the first season. Before they moved strictly to a streaming service, we got a human feast, and now we don't have any. So are you going to give us another one or not?
I don't know. I was expecting one, and I like these demons too. When they turn into the demons.
I would like to commend the designer of these books, or the designer of the book, because the pop-up book is a real thing. They designed it specifically for the show. So I would just like to say whoever made it is doing a fantastic job. Maybe go back and redesign the first couple of episodes because those suck.
The butt is the most meat. Ask Hannibal. Correct. Rump roast, Walt. Oh gosh. Oh no.
Please don't do any priest jokes in the comments, Walt. Please don't.
Well, we won't repeat them. So yeah, right. They go back to the guy and basically tell him what they learned from this woman's uncle, Noseman, or not Noseman, that he has to give all this stuff back And he's not having it, clearly. It's like, well, my wife, my mom had a hip replacement. Gotta give her hip back. It starts to get really complicated here.
And
And
this guy has hair plugs,
oh, that's right,
and
hair
he's like,
plugs.
yeah, yeah, and he's like, do I have to give those back too? Well, I think your mother's hip takes precedence over your hair plugs.
Well, I mean, the guy cut off his freaking nose, so yeah, you gotta give it back. But they just wanted to go see a psychiatrist, which is weird because I don't know. They're also saying give this stuff back. Again, it's a little bit wishy-washy here because I think maybe they just brought that up so that they could show us that Kristen was about to give him the card for Dr. Boggs and decided not to recommend Dr. Boggs. Maybe that was the whole reason for prompting that whole situation.
I think so, because she's starting to doubt Dr. Boggs' ability to not only counsel her as a therapist, but counsel other people as well. I think she is worried about his mental health.
Yeah, as she should be. Because, like I said, I don't think he's demonic. I just think he's a little bit lost his mind. So we have Karina, because Ben takes this footage, the security footage, and brings it to her, for some of her analysis. And she mentions she ends up being a consultant. They might as well start paying her because they're consulting her for almost every case now, or at least
Well,
Ben is.
it's not the church. It's Ben. So if he wants to, like you said, it's Ben. So if he wants to, hire her on, he's gonna have to pay her. But she apparently likes
Yeah.
doing all this for free, I guess.
Yeah. Well, she also, it's kind of like something that they mention in passing. Not necessarily
Yeah,
mention in passing, but it's kind of like,
but
oh, what are you doing? But
she's
her insight
actually
is
one of
good.
my, other than Kristen, she's actually one of my favorite female characters in the show. I absolutely love his sister.
I like her too. I think she's really cool. But we
And
learned that
I
she
noticed,
actually, go ahead,
if you don't mind, I'm gonna add one more part to this one.
please.
She actually is not wearing her hijab anymore.
Did she wear it all the time before?
Yeah, she did. Now she's not wearing it at all. So I find that an interesting choice.
Huh. I thought at times she did and she didn't, depending on the situation.
Well, I noticed that she was wearing it all the time in season 2, and now she's barely wearing it at all. And in these past couple of episodes, the last one I saw her in it was the weird guy at the house with the Google Street View guy.
The what? Oh, right, yeah. The
Yeah.
Jack. What's his name?
The Wandering
Disappearing
Jack.
Jack. Yeah, Wandering Jack. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wandering Jack. Yeah, the blurry Jack.
Vera,
But go ahead.
Vera says she wears it out, but not with Ben. Well, she used to wear it all the time in season 1, so I'm just wondering, where to go and why did they choose to leave it out of the scenes? Because, well, maybe it was just oversight though, because
Yeah,
we know that they have, yeah.
they could have just wanted to establish the character as being of the Muslim faith, and now that they've done that, they don't need to show that every time. I don't know.
I guess I was just I noticed it because she would wear it all the time in season 1. So when she stopped wearing it, it's like the first thing you notice when there was a scene with her. I mean, I love that she's not wearing it anymore though. As her hair always looks amazing.
Yeah, she has great hair. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, she mentions that like the circuits could have been shorting out. That was the only analysis we really got, or any type of explanation that we got as to why this creature, this thing, is making the lights flicker, have some type of
Yeah.
connection with electrical currents. That was the only explanation. in the whole episode, and we don't know if
And
it hasn't been debunked or proven true or anything.
yeah, and you know they always try to find a scientific solution to everything happening in the show, and most of the time, like maybe 88% of the time, they're correct in their assertions that of the scientific origin of all these creepy ass things. And
Yeah,
so, but the one thing that she said was that this guy could have slingshot the the short circuiting lights and made it seem like that was happening using a Wi-Fi device that I've never even
yeah.
heard of, which is real, by the way. I googled it. So like
Oh,
yeah, it's real. I mean, it's super expensive, but it's real. So it's when she said that it's a difficult thing to do just to scare somebody, it really is, because you have to spend a crap ton of money.
okay. I guess it's worth it for this guy. I mean, he's going through great lengths if he's a
Mhm.
real person. If we have another Scooby Doo situation. Oh, hey, Ebo 1980.
Hi.
So then we are taken back to, oh, we lost it. I put it back. Put it back. David goes back to visit Grace because, well, Grace has stopped talking. I wonder why. Look at these guys. Would you want
I
to talk
know.
with the
No.
bourgeois of whiteness?
No, no, I wouldn't. I love you for that, by the way, using my thing. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to talk to them. I think all they want to do is use her for her gift of talking to God, and I think that if the second that she experiences a loss of her gift, I think they're going to toss her out into the street when she's no longer useful.
I hope you're wrong.
I really hope I'm wrong too,
She's
but
way too nice for that. Oh
these
gosh,
these
no.
these people have proven themselves to be
She's so
monsters,
she's
though.
such a good
When
person. She's so wholesome.
she
Very wholesome
she
character.
is, yes, she is. I love her, and I just yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this guy seems a bit desperate, and he's even desperate when he comes to David. They're like, "Oh, help us, please, please help us." So
Bec-
I think they're
because he
trying to
knows
do
that
something good, or they believe they're doing something good. I just don't know with them.
he knows that David has a very deep connection with Grace, and I think that they're trying to exploit that to get what they desire, which is the Pavelia Codex deciphered.
Yes, and we learn, and David comes to the come suddenly it occurs to him, oh well, she misses working with kids. Well, where do I get kids from? Oh, Kristen, there's a lot of kids. There we go. 4 girls. But yeah, exactly. Kager Yu said Ben scientifically hauled ass from that shadowy figure.
He did. He did. That was one of my favorite scenes because he was
That
like,
was
"We don't believe in this stuff, right?" And then that thing appears behind him, and he's just like,
yeah. Well, honestly, if that was a real person, I'd be afraid they were gonna like stick me with a knife or something.
"Oh yeah."
Especially since
Um,
somebody killed the other guy.
hmm Well, I don't. They never explained that either. Like, did the thing kill him or not? They never explained that. So I think the guy never really got, or the shadow figure or whatever you want to call it, the man or whoever, I don't care, but they never really showed it being aggressive with Ben, and I really think that if it killed him, it would try to kill Ben too.
Yeah.
And Brian from Canada, I love saying from Canada because Canada is just an awesome place. David is going to be the girl's stepdad soon. We can all hope, buddy. We can all hope, please.
Also, Kegger, you said Grace stopped talking because she misses her chocolate night of Templar, Dave.
Uh,
Oh, that's perfect. That is
Kegger,
perfect.
you, even though you and I have our disagreements, and we still laugh, and I still enjoy you being part of the audience. Lovely, buddy.
I love that. I don't, yeah.
hmm
I love that. But David tells them they need to find kids. Grace likes to help kids. And then we cut to Kristen, who's watching with her kids this jerk on Vidtap. It's our favorite guy. He's become like a famous Karen. He's going around bothering people. He's
But
Kevin.
not just people, women in particular, though.
Yeah. Yeah. He's being a douche table. And douche table. Yeah, so they're watching this Vidtap. Vidtap is now embedded into evil in the universe forever. I feel like we're going to be seeing lots of Vidtap forever now.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no question. But I love how she passed on later. I love how she deals with the guy, though. But we never see that fully completed. I would have loved to see that completed.
Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. But,
like,
you know, you had to have room for what happened. So even though that seemed to come out of nowhere, we'll get into all that.
But I love that, you know, it kind of leaves it open to the audience deciding what happened to him. I choose to believe that he might have gotten what he deserved in getting killed.
That's good. We won't have to see him anymore.
Hopefully not, because I don't like him.
Well, I hope we hear something. Somehow we find out later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Vidtap is the TikTok of the evil universe, and they're technically not allowed to say TikTok to use it in the context of the show. Well, they did one time when they introduced Vidtap.
Yeah.
They said, well, Vidtap is kind of phasing out TikTok.
Right.
But they're not allowed to use the branding name of TikTok when they bring up the videos, because that would bring about a lawsuit.
Yeah. Vidtap is the TikTok of the evil universe, is exactly. Mm-hmm. So they go to this pizza place with a ball pin. I'm sorry, like I can't with all this right now. All like pandemic. I'm like, that's the last place I want to be. But Grace goes and joins them. She actually went into the ball bin, didn't she? Even before there was a pandemic, that's like the worst place to go. Anyways.
But in this universe, there really isn't. I mean, sure, they referenced the pandemic maybe twice, but there really isn't a pandemic in the evil universe because they haven't said anything about it, really.
Yeah. No, it was just me freaking out my OCD. Me going,
it's okay. We all have it. Like, I had that exact reaction when I went to a place like that recently. So.
You went to a place with a ball pin?
Yeah, because I had my friend's kid had a birthday.
Oh, okay.
So that was why I went there, and I was just hanging out, and I was the only one with the mask on and everything. It was just a thing.
Well, Grace has some knowledge because obviously she's a prophet. Hello. Mm-hmm. So the girls are curious. First, they think she's a nun. No, she's not a nun. And, well, let's talk about that question that they ask her.
When's Dad coming home?
Where's Daddy? Which is a bit inappropriate, but...
Well, and over by the ball pit, she says he's coming home next Thursday. So yes! I'm like, that's very specific. And I feel like now I should tell them my
yes. This is, or do you want to wait for the kitchen?
I want to do it now because I'm bursting at it.
You're dying to tell them what you want to tell them.
So remember, guys, that I hate Andy, and in previous I hate Andy, but in all of the last seasons, I have had this desire for him to die. And I as Walt
an unhealthy desire.
Yes, according to Kager, yes, an unhealthy desire. Thank you, Kager, for pointing out my unhealthy mental state and wanting Andy to die. But so I'm going to reverse that and say I don't think he should die because yes, I don't think Andy should die.
Okay.
because
Go on.
because if he dies, then Cheryl will get away with everything. And I cannot let that happen.
Okay. But then you're stuck with Andy annoying you.
I know. I mean, if they get a divorce and he leaves forever, I'm fine with that too. But I
don't
don't
know
want
if she's going to get away with it, though. How is she going to get away with it?
There might not be a way for her to get away with it unless she kills him. But at this point, I don't want him to die unless he dies protecting his family. If he dies protecting Kristen from Leland, then that would be an honorable Klingon death, and I'm totally here for it. But other than that, I don't want him to die.
Well, he's coming back on Thursday, and she doesn't seem too concerned about it. So she doesn't seem worried. It's not like she doesn't seem upset. She says he's coming back Thursday. She seems very reassuring. And Laura even mentions that, Kristen has been anxious about it and worried. And then they jump in the balls. Sorry, it just came out funny.
It's okay. Vera, am I making your head explode by overriding my previous predictions and wantings for the character of Andy? I would love to know that in the comments if you would reply. Very interested to know that. Okay, but I had issue with these guards behind her. Okay,
yeah. Look at that.
They're protecting her or whatever, and I'm fine with that. She needs protection and everything. I want her to have the best protection money can buy. But why are they wearing sunglasses inside?
They're supposed to look like Secret Service of the Vatican. They're trying to look like Secret Service of the Vatican, like of the church.
And
or maybe they're trying to be like the Blues Brothers. I don't know.
And later, when she's near the end, we'll see it later. But later, she only has one guard with her, and I'm like, one guy. Why would you put one guy with the most important woman on the planet? Like that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, that was dumb. Well, obviously, jumping in the balls helped her because she has a sudden urge to go and draw, and everyone's amazed. Now, Sunglass Secret Service of the Vatican start creeping up behind her. They're very curious to see what she's drawing, and she's filling in the blanks for a preset at Chuck E. Cheese. Is not a good look. That's great. Vera said 4 cheese. I'm sorry, I just saw that.
And Vera said, I blew her mind about the Andy thing. Thank you. I thought long and hard about that. And it was very difficult for me to come to that conclusion.
Well, she filled in the blank. And we have more. We're going to touch more on Andy. And also, I think, Kegger, you said Grace sensed a red flag with Cheryl. Yes, we're going to get there. Grace saw that Andy was coming back intact. It doesn't. Oh wait, no. Back doesn't mean that it'll be intact. That's true, but she didn't seem upset. And you'd think that Grace cares about the children, and if he wasn't going to be coming back alive or safely, she would have some concern in how she spoke to Laura. Unless she's really trying hard not to worry her. She wouldn't seem so comforting.
Well, I think at that point at the ballpark or whatever you call it, she didn't know because God didn't tell her yet, because she gets that look on her face when she's in front of Cheryl
Yes.
later in the episode, which of course we'll cover as we always do. And I'm definitely wanting to get your take on that versus how she reacted at the ball pit.
Oh,
Like,
I can't
yes.
wait. So this is the century's worth of work that she's done. She's drawn the piece of the puzzle that matches their little map. Again, these guys, they move at a snail pace if this is a century's worth of work.
Well, I think they've never had anyone like Grace before, so they've always just been going on their own recognizance and their own cognitive abilities, but none of them have any kind of like special um, ability to talk to God. So they've just been in the dark. That's why none of the Pavelia Codex was really filled in until now.
Yeah. They really do seem like they're completely in a different mindset, completely out of touch with spirituality, which is odd because they're all priests, but it seems everything they do is very technical,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a lot of room for whatever the type of abilities that Grace has. It requires a certain openness, and a lot of the entity seems to be very closed off
Oh
and
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
very different. So I don't know if they may try to have that connection. And we've seen David. Remember David and his magic mushrooms? He used to talk to God that way. I
If
guess
David
their
has any
desire.
If David has any more magic mushrooms, if he could send them to me, I would really love that because I've been wanting to try some. So,
Okay, well, I hope if you do that, you talk to God and not Satan, because once again, I do not want to have to send an exorcist down to your parts of the world. But if it's necessary, I
because
will.
we all know where I am, don't we? Like we all know what state I reside in.
I hope so. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know. I think we discussed it before. I know you're in like New York or something.
Yes, I'm in the New York City area, and Justin. Well, if you want to tell our viewers, so maybe a few people have joined us that don't know.
Oh yes, I'm in Alabama,
Yes.
Mobile, Alabama to be exact, which is a very huge place. So I'm not worried telling a bunch of strangers where I am.
Well, I do not want to send an exorcist down that way. So please, no magic
I
mushrooms.
I won't pray to Satan if I take magic mushrooms.
Okay, good. So this freaking book, I am so sorry. It's all written backwards. Of course he wrote it backwards. Kristen takes one look at this. It's like, Kurt, what is wrong? Her face, like, what's wrong with you?
At this point, I think she believes that Dr. Boggs has some sort of mental anguish going on, or mental stress, or however you want to put it. Just like,
Something's not right. The man's not
yeah,
right.
he's
The
just
boy's not
gone
right.
completely
Whatever.
insane.
Yes. I mean, I guess she's concerned, but then she just leaves it there. She leaves the manuscript. She gets I guess a phone call, right? Takes her
Can I
away.
can I just say real
What's
quick
that face for?
that you do the best job at these screenshots, taking all the expressions, and all the time I am so blown away by how you do it. I'm like, I
It's
could
not.
not do half of a job that you do.
Well, I love to take credit for it, but a lot of it is the actors. The actors are very expressive, so
No, but normally yes, but normally what I'm saying is that these emotions right here are so fleeting that it's hard to get an accurate screenshot of their faces. So you do an excellent job at that. Um, and I commend you for that.
oh well, thank you.
You're
They
welcome.
make it easy because they they're very good actors.
Yes,
So
yeah.
so this one finds now. I forget this daughter's name. What is this daughter's name?
Laura?
No, Laura's the little
No.
one. Laura,
Lana?
Lexi, and Lynn. Laura, Lexi, and Lynn. Lana, right? L? Because they all start with L's, right?
Yeah, and I think it's Lana. If somebody else knows in the chat, please let us know.
She had the whole episode about the zombies. Well, either way, she finds this, and I guess she puts it in the mirror and is able to determine that it's backwards.
Oh, Lila. Okay, Lila. Thank you,
Lila,
Kangaroo.
that's what it
Yes,
is. Lila,
Lila. Oh
yes.
my goodness. Okay.
These kids are very curious because usually a kid would see something like that and go, "What? Bye. I'm going to go back to my video games." But
yeah, and but these kids are extra curious, and I actually kind of feel sorry for them. Later in the episode, I'll explain why when we get to the part where Laura is sitting on the table talking to Boggs, because there's a reason why I say that.
okay. Well, meanwhile, Ben gets an alert on his phone in the middle of the night. There's been a security breach with the boat, and the gentleman that had the boat, the initial subject of their case.
Yeah. It shows him being chased by the entity. But they found out that the police don't believe the footage because they think that he manufactured it in order to get the payment out from the insurance company so that the family could live their lives in luxury as he did. But in this case, given the fact that he got it, through this DF or whatever it's called, stock or whatever.
The Demon Fund.
Yeah,
That's
the Demon Fund. If he passed it on to his family, would that also pass the It Follows entity onto him as well?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
so.
All right.
I
love
don't
it.
think so. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. Well, no, because the people that bought stuff for their family members had to give their family members stuff back, but they were wrong in that theory anyways. This guy
Yeah,
ends
but
up face down in the Hudson. That's not a good place to be.
yeah, no, I do think he killed himself though. But I wish they would have showed us what nah, can't talk. Wish they would have shown us what happened, because this was very disappointing. It was kind of a milquetoast way to end his story because they never told us what the thing actually was.
Oh, Vera said only if they pass the stock tip to them. That's what I thought.
Okay, and
Yeah,
as
they
Walt
didn't.
would say, since Walt is not here anymore, so I have
We're
to
not.
act like Walt for a second. He says just the tip on the stock tip.
They don't seem too distraught or upset. Oh, he died. Oh well. Pretty matter of fact. But I'm okay. I agree with what you're saying 100%. They didn't explain it. They didn't exactly. It's still unclear. It's
and
unresolved. Exactly
but
how he
this
died, we don't know. The Shadow Man could have killed him. Like he said, they was ruled a suicide. Who knows?
Yeah, but this, I don't know if you agree with this part, but this hole that they left in the story really does a disservice to their actual job. Their job is to investigate the supernatural to counteract and be proactive with evil.
I
There was
agree.
an evil entity. Yes, thank you. There was an evil entity that literally just killed a man, and they were like, let's leave it for somebody else. And I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. It's because, like I said, the case has become a secondary storyline. It's taking a back seat to all this other stuff that's going on. To
The
Grace. The
but
main
they
storyline
have
here is
to
Grace.
start completing some of this. Otherwise, it's just going to end up like The Sopranos with no ending.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these shows do that, but some of them have an end goal in mind. So hopefully that's not the case here. Oh, Kegger, you said at least the mother got to keep her replacement head.
Yes, that's the most important thing, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to the mothership.
Right. Well, meanwhile, maybe because they had this surprise party planned for Kristen, they didn't really have time to worry too much about their case, the subject of their case just dying. Forget about that. We have a party for you. Her face is great again. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to pretend to be surprised."
And I love, these types of scenes with the party scene, because it genuinely looks like they have fun on set. And even though they're filming, there it goes again. Even though they're filming during these scenes, it doesn't seem like it seems like they forget that they're filming because they're having so much fun.
Well, I think what's great about this is the whole cast is together. And you don't get
Which
that very often in the show.
and that hasn't happened since pre-COVID.
You're right. And we
Yeah.
have all these characters kind of intersecting. We have like the whole Avengers coming together. This is a crossover.
I just punched myself in the nose, and I thought I might just rip it off and give
This
it to
is
the
Endgame.
demon.
Oh. Don't do that, okay? We don't want to see that again. We don't need. No, Baltimore did it right. Just leave it to Baltimore at this point. I'm gonna refrain from making any other jokes about that. But oh shoot, I've gone back. I've gone back to this guy.
Oh, I see another repeat of the sex demon. Should I bring that one up too?
Sex demon.
Yeah, because you kept going back to the scene where they were in the bed with the sex demon.
Yeah. Anyways, we have the party. Now it's a party. Everybody's there. Grace is there. Cheryl's there. Karina's there. Everyone's there. The girls are rocking Weezer karaoke. They sang that song. They sang that song on loop.
What was that song again? What was the song?
That was the Beverly Hills song. It was a Weezer
Oh,
song.
that's where I want to be. Gimme, 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 gimme. Living in Beverly
Yeah.
Hills. Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not the song
Laura was really going.
Oh, she was getting it on that song. Yeah.
I can imagine that being a fun scene to film, especially for the kids.
Yeah. I mean, what happened is they probably let them choose the song that they sung, which would be really cool.
I disagree, because they had to use the song they had the rights to, so they could have given them a list of songs that, because I thought that song was a little bit old for them. I was like, that song's a little bit predates them. I mean, it's not that old, but it's like early 2000s. So I was thinking, these kids, they're not there. I just started to feel old when I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's kind of a new song.
Let me actually say this, because I think this will make you feel less old. So the older a song gets, though, the cheaper it gets to buy the rights to it. And so maybe they were just like, let's go with the cheapest one and have them sing that, because the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, also known as the DMCA, it copyrights content up to 100 years old, and then once it hits 100 years or even 101 years, you're free to do whatever.
Yes.
Whatever
it becomes
the hell you
public
want.
domain. Oh, I keep an eye on that stuff because of all the Christmas songs we do. Yes, got my eye on a few Christmas songs because they're gonna reach their time soon. Anyhow, oh yes, they're coming up.
And I'm keeping my eye on some for Frank Sinatra.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, they could also pay for the rights to the song for whatever, that's probably what they had to do. Either way, this is the point. Let's get to the fun stuff here, because Cheryl meets Grace. Well, we'll get there.
What do you think about that?
We're getting
All
there.
right.
I got a lot of screenshots because I thought this was interesting. Like, the whole dynamic was I thought it was fun. It was a fun scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Grace and Cheryl meet.
Again, Cheryl's looking sexy in the dress as always.
I was thinking about you. Justin's gonna love the way she looks here.
I always love the way she looks. Oh my god.
Yeah, but especially in the dress. Hot Mama Cheryl.
Hot Mama Cheryl.
Hot Mama Cheryl. So she seems pleasant enough at first, but ooh, she senses something is off. Someone says right away. Definitely.
That was why I wanted to get your take on the differences between what we heard earlier with her telling Laura that Daddy would be home on Thursday, and now this.
Well, I thought when she says there's something wrong, and Cheryl says there's something wrong, and then Grace says, I won't blame you for what's going to happen tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow night, I'm assuming, isn't Thursday. Thursday sounded like it was next week, right? So
yeah,
I didn't know what this was in reference to, and now when you go back and watch it, you know exactly what
yes, but
so Grace knew. She knew all along.
She knew, and she didn't warn anybody. Why didn't she warn people?
That's my question. Why didn't she tell anyone? Why didn't she say, hey, I need extra guards? Maybe it was unclear exactly what was going to happen, but maybe she just knew that was going to be the end game and that somehow Cheryl was involved.
Yes, but she said that Andy would be home next Thursday, and in this next scene, she tells Kristen that Andy needs her help. So I don't understand, because he can't be home next Thursday if he needs help escaping from Leland's freezer. So how's that going to work?
Well, I think that she is basically putting herself into this whole future. Like, what she sees happening, she plans on being a part of it. That's my only explanation.
Excuse me. Had a little bit of a spasm there. Nothing to be alarmed about.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just hurts a little bit. I'll be good. Yeah, I really think that Grace is probably integral to saving Andy. So I think that God or whatever spirit she's talking to, whether if it's Allah or what other religious entity she might be speaking with, because we still don't know, and there's multiple entities out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Kegger, you make a very good point. Grace can't see the entire future, only snippets or half of it.
Unless God shows her more, you know.
Right.
So Kegger has a good idea there.
You needed a bigger flamingo. I mean, seriously, you need to bring. You know what you got to bring? You got to bring those humongous Christmas blow up things that people put on their porch. That's what you need. That's what you need, so that Grace can see the future. The inflatables, like a 20-foot Santa.
She had that inflatable duck with the glasses.
It wasn't enough. No, you got to do the 20-foot inflatable Santa.
She would die if she tried to do that.
Well, then we get to the kitchen scene, but I really like that Grace knew right away. I really like the tension between these two. It was really good, really well acted, really well directed.
Oh yes, I think
so good.
Given the fact that this is their first scene together, and sometimes first scenes with actors, because you are yourself an actor and so is your husband. And by the way, I saw him in that episode of Blue Bloods. Loved it, loved him in it.
What,
For the little
recently?
bit he was in. Yes, I just saw him in it. Yeah.
Oh,
I went back and I found the episode that he was in, and I played it just because he was in it,
oh,
and
that's
he was in
funny.
it for that little amount of time, but he was great in it. So I
Yeah,
hope you tell him.
Arnie. Arnie.
But some actors who film for the first time are not this good because it doesn't flow as well, and you don't have the best chemistry on set. The first example of that that I can recall is Megan Boone and James Spader, because Megan Boone on the Blacklist was the first actress cast for the role of Liz, the main role,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
they had trouble casting Raymond Reddington, and they said, okay, if we don't find somebody who vibes good with her, we're just gonna have to fire her and hire somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that because I watched like the first season. But this was, I don't know, they do really well with casting on this show,
They
and
do.
everything is just phenomenal. Like the direction and the writing, and the few times that it's not, we definitely call it out. But this scene was just, it was really good. Oh, Vera
Mm.
said guilt. Yeah. So I obviously
No.
Cheryl knows that. Oh, I don't know if. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read the comment before. Kager, you said Cheryl's not going to help Andy. Why would she? Vera says guilt. Well, maybe she's not going to be given a choice because she's, especially after what happens at the end of this episode, like, we don't know what Leland's fate's going to be because seriously, the guy, he's going to need someone to give him an alibi or something because otherwise he's going to jail.
Oh
he's,
yeah. Hmm.
he's
I
going to
don't think there's
jail.
I don't think there's a way out of this for Leland, really. I think he is effed, totally effed.
Yeah.
Um, but I
Overplayed
don't
his
think
hand.
it's yeah, but I don't think it's too late for Cheryl. I think maybe Cheryl will save Andy because she realizes that Leland may be a threat to Kristen, which why would it take you this damn long to see that? And she says, "Well, if you help me save Kristen, I will save you, and you not say a damn thing to anybody about what we did to you."
Right. Well, at this point, Cheryl only sees her as a threat because look at the stink eye she gave her as she was walking away. She's creeping in on this whole conversation in the kitchen, and
Mm-hmm.
she is talking to Kristen about Andy, and she ends up drawing what she draws, and this is sets off alarms with Cheryl. The girls are oblivious; they're still singing that song on loop, and she takes a picture of it. She's freaking out. I mean, she's not really
Mm-hmm.
panicking, I guess, but there's obviously a problem. This prophet Grace, because she can see right through them.
Oh yeah, and she's so good at playing it off when she knows something about you. She like gets this grin on her face, like, haha, I know something no one else does. And then
Yeah,
she just moves on. I'm like, yes.
yeah. Well, I really like how Cheryl's just kind of creeping in the background, and I'm surprised she didn't even notice or pick up on this at all. She didn't even notice, but
Notice what? Which thing?
uh Grace didn't notice that Cheryl's creeping in the background and eavesdropping on her whole. Yeah. How did they not notice? Vera said, how they not notice that Cheryl was eavesdropping on the conversation, even taking a picture. She pulls out
See,
her
I
phone.
don't know. I don't know.
There's a
I
lot
guess
going
no.
on.
I guess nobody thought of the what's that thing even called? The saloon door thing? Doesn't that have an official name or something?
Saloon door?
The thing that, the thing that Cheryl's peeping through, it has kind of a saloon type pair of doors on it to where you can close it up.
Oh, like in the door frame? I
Yeah,
guess.
there's a saloon type pair of doors where you can like
Oh,
close it.
okay. I
Yeah,
just
but
don't know what it is.
I didn't know if that was an official name for that, so they could like close it, and keep her out, keep her from looking.
She's looking. She's taking a picture. She's
Well,
creeping.
maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong because I don't see any like window, any
Yeah.
door
I mean, she could
on the.
hide behind a lamp, but you'd think you'd notice, hey, mom's hanging out behind a lamp, creeping and taking pictures of us. But maybe they were wrapped up. I mean, after all, the girls were singing. There's a lot going on. So,
Yeah, and I think this scene was masterfully done, though. I was very impressed.
I really like the dynamic. I like all the different conversations going on, like all the little crossovers.
And this is actually one of the few multi-camera shows around. Like, multiple things are going on at one time. They shoot from multiple angles, but that's what it means. They don't. Well, I'm pretty sure but some of our audience doesn't know that it's not multiple cameras. It's the fact that they shoot from multiple angles. That's how they're able to cover so much ground at once.
Yes. Now, we then learn when Ben goes and talks to Karine that Karine actually bought this DF stock and now she's being followed by this shadow figure, which is a problem. So I guess they pull her aside and she's talking to the three of them about it privately. The solution is not a bad solution, although, like you said, it's like chainmail. It's like passing along this demon to someone else. And Ben is.
First of all, don't invest. Don't. It's stupid. Why would anybody? It's dumb. Don't do it.
Well, right at this point, Ben wants the demon to follow him. So he says, send her the tip. I can't say it now because of Wall. Just send her the tip, nothing else. Ben buys DF, the demon fund. That's what I'm calling it. And
because he's like, we don't believe in this stuff, right? And he tries to rationalize it, and then he buys $100 in it. First of all, why would you buy $100 in stocks? Like, put $100 toward anything, toward clothes, toward pants, toward yoga pants, anything. Like, why?
Because if you're a day trader and you have a good day, you could
but if
beyond quadruple. But then again,
you're a random schmuck,
you could also lose it all. So it's like going to the Vegas, playing the slot machines there.
Yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's pointless. I don't know why anybody would do it. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that financial stuff. Okay, keep it away from me.
Well, it's definitely a good investment if you invest in stocks that are solid stocks. It's definitely a good way to have money multiply instead of being in the bank and do nothing. As long as you invest in stocks that are solid, basically blue chip stocks with companies that are well established, that are not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But this is a day trader thing. So this is definitely more like gambling. Like this DF type thing, that's more like it has that crypto thing. It has the, what do they call it? Macabre. It has the macabre. Macabre's part of their like portfolio. Somehow it's in there. Well, Brian said Wall Street and TSX are the weeds of our countries. Yes.
Brian, I don't understand what you're saying here. You said, come on, team, invite her to join. What does that mean? Like, I don't understand that. Am I missing something?
Sorry, you went ahead of us.
Oh, it's okay. No problem. It happens.
Well, we get to the next scene. Oh, go ahead.
Let's get to the. I really think that Ben thinks that he's going to prove his sister wrong, and he's going to solve this thing. But he doesn't. He doesn't prove his sister wrong. He says it's real. Oh, okay. You want okay, I get it, I get it. You want her to join the three of them. Okay. I totally agree. Except I wholeheartedly believe that she's much better than Ben. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I like her in the role as she has now because she's there. She already has another job. She has her own life. This is she's kind of there maybe as a occasional consultant to Ben, but more like a family member that just chimes in a little bit here and there. It's good. I think it's
Yes,
don't mess with the three of them. I think the three of them are solid on their own.
her skin is also perfect. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, all right. So, like I said, we have that, and then we get to this next scene where after Ben buys the stock after the tip. I can't. Thanks, Walt.
Vera, oh my god, Vera. She says Ben would probably have sex with Grace. He likes a unique lady. Oh my god, Vera. Oh my god.
Grace isn't crazy enough for him. Come on. He likes him crazy. So look at this. Leland is reading The Coming Civil War. He's very
Which
happy
is
about this.
which is actually paraphrased by some manuscript that was published by some unknown right wing idiot. Yeah, so that's a real thing.
Yeah, I figured. He's happy about it.
Because he's a psychopath.
Yeah. Oh, well, he wants chaos. So
Uh-oh.
Cheryl shows him the
Uh-oh.
picture. Cheryl's not too happy about this. She shows him the
Sexy
picture.
grandma comes up in there.
Well, look what we have. Grace is a problem. He knows of Grace. And she shows him the picture. Of course, this sets off some alarms because, well, that's obviously Andy.
We will come to save you, Andy. We got you, buddy.
So here's the deal. When she says do something about it, I thought she meant take Andy out.
She did. She even said, here, you have to do something about him now.
Yeah.
And pointed to the closet, the basement. And he said, I know, I'm gonna take care of it. And she said, you better. And then she left and he got all crazy with the knife.
I'm a little bit confused because why didn't he take out Andy?
I don't know. I mean, Andy is paralyzed. It would be easy for him just to go in there and stab him in the belly. So, or slit his throat. Or
you're liking that way too much. That was the original plan.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
or they were just going to keep him there forever. Oh, the best part is coming up. This thing.
Oh, no, I knew you were going to point that out. When I was watching this for the first time, I said, Luis is going to love it.
Yay! I was so excited because I just talked about this last week. I'm just so glad that this reappeared. Mm-hmm. He's so annoyed by it too.
I think this might be the last time we see it, though.
Well, he didn't slice the head off of it. It's going to come back. No, it's going to come back. Don't say that. Don't say that. It's totally coming back. Maybe Andy's going to find it. Andy's going to find it when he tries to escape. It's going to pop up. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't think that Andy can escape right now because he's got that paralytic in his system. So he's going to have to depend on somebody else to come and save him. But right now, Grace hasn't told Kristen where he is. I'm just like, okay, well, God needs to be a little bit more specific and tell her where her husband is. Like, come on, buddy.
Well, I told you the duck and the flamingo aren't enough. You need the 20-foot Santa. The inflatable. Why this knife specifically? Have we seen this before?
I don't think so. I think
it's a special knife.
I think it's a ritualistic knife. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like it.
But hold on just a second. Right here. I wanted to point something out. I don't know if it was just me, but I had it paused on him right here for a few minutes each time I watched this scene, and it looked to me like an enormous amount of time had passed between seeing him last in the shot with Cheryl and seeing him here, because his his jawline looks almost distended to me. Like,
Could be the camera angle.
probably so, but he definitely looked a little bit bigger in the face.
I don't know. Maybe he went and had a muffin. I'm not sure. What he had a muffin. I'm not sure.
I'm starting to see how you're saying that I always point out these imperfections with these male actors.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I didn't notice any different, honestly, because he looks very different depending on his lighting.
Mhm.
So I noticed this is a character that can look very charming and clean cut at times, and other times look very desperate and later on completely unhinged psychopath. So because he's very good at playing that charming role when he wants to be that way.
And
But
don't get me wrong, though, I love him, so I don't want anything to happen to him. I love him as a character and as an overall human being. He's just a fantastic person. But who knew that he could turn into such a monster once the camera turns on?
he's yeah, this character is pretty vile. So this is a scene when Ben runs away from the shadow thing because nobody else is around. He sees it and he starts walking towards it, and it walks towards him. He didn't seem too freaked out until the lights flickered. After the lights flickered, he said, "I'm out of here." When the lights flickered, I think that caught him off guard. He wasn't sure why are the lights flickering.
This scene kind of reminded me of only of that show. Excuse me, that movie that just came out on Hulu. It's a Hulu original series. I'm Not Okay. Um, where this young woman pretended to be
Oh,
in Paris. Yes, yes,
yes, I'm not
you
okay with this. Right. Yep.
yes.
Yeah, she had the
And
superpowers.
no, it's just a regular woman pretending to be in France, photoshopping herself in photos.
Oh,
And
completely different show. Never mind.
okay, all right, good, good.
We're not
And
talking about the same one.
there was a terrorist attack at the monument where where she took the picture or faked the picture that morning. That monument was attacked 5 minutes after she uploaded the picture. And so she claimed to the authorities and claimed to everybody that she saw a hooded man that was wearing a large hoodie near the monument, but that wasn't true. It was a complete and total lie because she wasn't even in France at the time. So a really good movie. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who asks. But this
Cool.
reminded me of that. Yes. Sorry to get off topic. So
No, it's okay. But Ben, I think Kangaroo said it backed away from Ben at first. Why? Oh, I didn't notice that. I
it did
thought
it.
I thought
It
Ben
took
moved towards
two.
it, then it moved towards Ben, and it was like a game of chicken, and then the lights flickered, and then Ben took off.
It took two steps back at first, and I think that when the lights flicker, that means that it's going to chase you.
Well, either way, even if this isn't a supernatural enemy, I'm sorry, enemy. Even if this isn't a supernatural entity, you don't want to be alone in a dark alley with a strange person that could potentially be armed. To be fair, even
To
if
be
it's
fair,
not,
yeah.
yeah, because especially if this same person could have potentially been responsible for the death of the guy on this boat. They didn't think too much about it at the time, but hey. Now that you actually did, now that you bought the stock, you realize, oh, I am being followed.
Again, just don't buy stock. I mean, it's dumb.
Well, he tells them later on that he went back out after it and it was gone, but we didn't see that part, so I'm not sure how much of that is true.
Yeah, I think that was a lie.
Well, this is back to Dr. Boggs writing from Bali, and there's a blank. He's run out of ideas. He's hit writer's block again. Oh well. Well, that was fun while it lasted.
I think the story he's writing, and this will become relevant. I'm sorry, it'll become can't think of the
Relevant?
word. Yes, relevant. Thank you, Louise. Had a little bit of a brain freeze there. It'll become relevant now, as she tells him about what she's read and everything. I think it's
Right.
about that. I think it's about them being murdered.
Yeah. You think it's about them specifically being
Yes.
murdered?
Yes, I think he's written a story about the death of Kristen and her family.
Oh gosh. That's a theory that I did not pick up on. Well, I hope that's not the case.
Oh no, I hope not either. I love them and I don't want anything to happen to the girls. If something happens to the girls, I'm going to be writing the network and Robert King and everything.
Well, especially since they're now contributing to his story. I'm not quite sure why he called Kristen. Maybe he wanted to get feedback. But he seemed to have this writer's block. He's hit a wall. And then he calls Kristen. He gets Laura. And Lila has given it to Laura. I guess they've all read it at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
Laura's
really disappointed. I'm really disappointed by the fact that we have not seen Sister Andrea at all this point. I mean, she was interacting with Boggs, and now she just fell off the face of the earth. She was supposed to be a series regular. Where is she? I want to know. Give her to us.
She's usually really good about sensing things that are coming, too. She has abilities. That's what I want. That's why I wanted to know where she was when all that went down later on. We'll get into it when we get there. But really, where was she? Maybe the demon is. She had that demon, so it could be she could be distracted by that.
By the boop demon boop.
Yeah, the boop.
No,
that's his demon. He's the demon. He's got the boob demon.
I would rather have a boob demon. Boob.
I mean, I think everyone would rather have a boob demon than a boop demon. So I don't know anyone that would take a boop demon over a boob demon, except for maybe the guy's wife that had to give up her implants. She might want the boob demon because, or maybe she wants the boob demon. She had enough of that. He's so pathetic and desperate. It's just embarrassing at this point. So cringy the way he's so excited because the kids liked his story. All of a sudden, he has all this confidence. And now he's getting ideas from Laura. Laura says, oh, you should do this and have the woman go back and oh, this is good. Let me write this down. Well, this is normal because kids have better ideas anyways.
Yeah, but I am extremely confused because, the girls are really, really smart. So they couldn't tell that the story was about them.
I didn't pick up on it, so
yeah,
I guess not.
You normally pick up on a lot of stuff, but it really wasn't obvious though. I watched this episode 3 different times before I picked up on it. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Let me play that back again and again and again. And it took me a while, but I got it.
Well, now he's back on his writing wagon and he's able to write again. So, yay. I'm so done with Dr. Boggs and his freaking writing.
Chanel, I was going to say, I actually have let's see. I have so many theories, but I was gonna say, I think Dr. Boggs is going to be murdered by the demon. Um,
The
by
boop?
no, well, yeah, the demon of the demon of
Boop!
the record player, yeah, the boop demon, because he's chasing him with the axe, right? And so I think that he is going to, at the end of the season, the demon is going to catch up with him and actually come out of the record player in a puff of smoke or whatever, just up here, and stab him to death. And that will be the end of Dr. Boggs. Thank you
Okay.
and good night to the character.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's the resolution that we get, as long as we get some type of resolutions, because I am
Sorry,
so tired of him.
apologies that it took me so long to get that thought out. I had a brain fart. I apologize. I can't talk tonight.
Well, we cut back to Ben, and like I said, he told them that he went back outside to see this thing and it disappeared. We don't know for sure if that happened, but that's what he claims. He went back out and this thing has disappeared, but he is being followed, which is a problem, and Kristen has a great solution. Tell me the tip. Give me the tip.
Louise,
Give
I,
me
th-
the
I, th-
tip.
I think you ought to. I think you ought to talk to Walt about his subtlety on the live streams.
He ruined it. He ruined the whole tip thing because now we can't say it without giggling.
Kager U says, seriously, Justin, I got it off the first viewing. It was painfully obvious. Oh, because I said I watched that episode again and again and again, and I finally got it. But Kager U, not all of us get something at the first viewing. Some of us miss a lot of stuff. Like the small details, and that was a relatively small.
It's okay. It's okay. I didn't get it at all, so don't feel bad. I did not get it at all.
What's happening in this scene?
Oh. Back to the scene. Now Ben tells Kristen and David, "Oh, I went back out and chased the demon. The demon's chasing me." Kristen says, "Give me the tip," which got us off topic. Ben gives her the tip.
Well, she wants the tip from David.
She gets the tip from Ben. So she gets the tip and she buys it. Well, there you go. And then she knows exactly what to do with it. Because this is a game. This is a game of real life chainmail. It's basically a game of send this to your friend or else it will come and kill you. Oh, darn it.
Kegger, you asks me.
I've messed up. I've messed everything up. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm back.
Kegger you says real quick. He says, Kristen is looking pretty good in this scene, right, Justin? I said, yes, she is. She definitely looks good in this scene. And everything she looks good in. I mean, I've seen some of her Holland work on some of those movies and shows that she did for that country. I don't understand a damn thing they're saying, but she did a good job in those with what little I understood. And the clothing that she wore was just absolutely immaculate, and she managed not to kill anyone in those shows or movies. But she did actually stab a guy accidentally during a stage play in 2013.
Yeah, I heard about that on the talk show. Mm-hmm. That was funny. There was an improv thing. Why would you use a knife during improv? That's making
they don't sense. Well, like she said, things are different in her country than they are here.
Yeah. We wouldn't. I mean, we pantomime everything, so yeah. I guess they use real
if it isn't the douche nugget right here.
Yes, the douche nugget. That's right, the douche table. Now he's the douche terrace. 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 Douche terrace. Douche terrace.
You know, I
Douche
wouldn't
terrorist.
I wouldn't have done this to him. I wouldn't have done the stock thing to him. I would have just exposed him for all the terrible things that he has ever done to women, because I'm pretty sure that I almost said something that I shouldn't have. I'm pretty sure that a guy like him has a pretty long record of sussing people, women in particular. So
Yeah.
I would have tracked them down and ruined his life.
Well,
And I would have loved it while doing it.
well, she did. Hopefully, the shadow, she gives the tip to him, and now he has the tip, and that's her way of, that's like a peace offering, as she describes it. And now the shadow man is going to come after him. So I think I think that's actually perfect.
So do you think that's the conclusion of the douchebag man?
I don't know, because where does the douchebag? What if he gave the tip to someone else? Then
Uh,
oh, you mean the
people
douchebag man? Oh yeah, it might be the conclusion, but I wish we had seen it. It would have been really nice to see it.
Men like that, and men like that have extremely low cognitive capacity. All they think about is themselves, and he'll never put together that it was the stock tip, the tip of
No,
it, as Walt would say, that was the
what's the tip?
responsible for that was responsible for the shadowing following him. But I bet you that he would like the one from It Follows better than the one that he got now.
The sex, yes, yes. That would have been a better way. Although then she would have had to have sex with him, and that's not. Ugh, that's repulsive. That's gross. No.
I can't believe I did that. Let me take that one back.
Take that back. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna retract that statement.
Let me retract that statement. That's gross. All right, sorry guys.
Yeah, I think he would prefer that, but none of us would.
Kager, you says, question, why do y'all think Grace was dressed in white in this scene?
Well, I think it meant to represent maybe angelic, something pure.
Well, to be fair to all of those watching, that was what was all of the older people who were in hospice were also wearing such clothing when they were about to die. So I don't know. Because what is Ignatius was wearing that after he was revived from flatlining.
Yeah,
they put him in that thing. So I don't think there's any specific type of significance to that, really.
yeah, and I knew something bad was going to happen, because the way they set this up, it was just, with this happening, when they showed the priest, I guess he was looking at his phone, and these shots that they showed,
Mm-hmm.
these establishing shots, it just felt off right away. They did a really good job of setting the mood. This turned into a slasher flick. Like, I mean, they just went, oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe this happened, because this happened. Like, they showed the camera going up the steps, and it gave you an eerie feeling right away, like an uneasy, unsettled feeling.
Mm-hmm. And she knew like what was coming. She knew it already.
Yes, she knew. And that was before Leland was even in there yet. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it flashed. It flashed to Leland cutting this guy's throat. Whoa. So we knew something was uneasy, but I wasn't ready for that. It was like, oh, what did I just see? Right?
Mm-hmm.
because
Because when I was watching the episode, I don't know if you watch TV with the subtitles on, but I enjoy doing that. That's something I do every day, all the time. When I was watching with the subtitles on, it said, and he slit the guard's throat or whatever. It said choking guard or guard choking. But I was looking down at my iPad when that happened, and I looked up just in time to see that, but I didn't see what happened. And I was like, let me back that up and see it. And I was like, oh my God, Leland is there killing people. And
yeah,
but I didn't
I didn't
understand.
have the subtitles on.
You should next time you watch it have them on for the finale. You'll get more.
They distract me a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can definitely get that. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
So
well, I was
this was
shocked
taking
that
me by
Leland.
surprise.
I was shocked that Leland actually did his dirty work himself because he normally sends other people to do it for him.
Yes. And here she starts to sense something. It's just so eerie the way she turns around. There's just this uneasy feeling. It's like that quietness, like the calm before the storm almost. It's like something bad is about to happen. And I just felt this uh-oh as soon as this happened. And then it flashed away. Oh yeah, see, this is why the way they all these different establishing shots when they showed under the door, that means danger. That is danger. That is a sign there is danger because especially like I said, the establishing shot going up the steps and she's
Hmm.
up there, it just seemed like something is happening. Something's coming. And she looks and now she starts to pick up on this uneasiness. So now you're feeling it from the character. But then it cuts away. And when it cut away, and they didn't, I mean, it was literally a split second that they cut
Oh yeah,
away. And she she knew right away. She felt it.
I
For some
can't.
reason, yeah.
Oh yeah, she did feel the guard getting his throat cut. Oh my God.
Yeah.
First of all, why were you on your phone playing Candy Crush when you were supposed to be protecting the most valuable woman in the world with perfect skin?
Well, I love everything about this scene. The way it's shot, the way I love it. The way it was directed, all the different camera angles. There's almost like a little fisheye lens. See that? It looks like a fisheye
Yeah.
lens almost on Leland, and he's calling about hide and go seek. This was so much like a slasher. It turned into a slasher film, but really scary suspense, totally creepy. The things that nightmares are made of. The killer is coming.
Um. Well, given the fact that I haven't seen any of the slasher films, I cannot speak to that. You probably think I'm nuts for not having seen them, but I just haven't felt the urge. I don't even know what they're called to even Google them. So,
Well, most of them are the more famous slasher horror films from the 80s, and they're not my cup of tea. I'm not a big slasher fan. I like more suspense. I like horror that doesn't show that. I like horror that
oh,
leaves a little bit up to the
I
imagination. What you
I
can't
like blood.
see, right? Like I don't like blood. Oh, you like blood. Okay. I
Yes.
like I don't mind a little bit of blood, but I prefer to have I think it's a lot scarier when they leave it up to your imagination. So when it's just senseless slashing, a guy with a knife killing everybody, going through everyone, it's just I can't get into it. I really can't. But this was great.
So
I can't.
you've never watched a horror film then? I mean, like a real like Michael Myers type film.
Oh no, I've watched them, and I close my eyes most of the time. I'm like
Oh
this.
my god.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah.
Uh,
But that's a slasher film to a certain extent.
See, this
So
this
I love
episode
this.
got
That they showed his feet going up the steps. Oh, I love it. I love it.
this episode got me all worked up, and it got me all upset. I was like, "Oh, they're about to kill her, and she's so pretty, and we're about to lose her."
Oh my god. Oh my god. They're gonna kill a girl with good skin.
Well, if she ever does see this, I want her to know that I do love her skin. She uses wonderful
Oh my god,
moisturizer.
that sounds not creepy at all. Not creepy at all. I really hope
It,
she sees this.
it was not meant to be creepy, Louise.
It's okay. The whole show is creepy. The situation is creepy. Now, typically, if this were a slasher film, she would be in the shower without any clothes on, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind, but
No, I wouldn't mind that either.
this is evil because all of a sudden, when someone decides to take a shower, that's when the killer shows up.
But if it was like that, it would be her with puffy, curly hair in the shower with the curtain liner pulled all of a sudden. And right when the killer enters the shower, it would have her turning around and screaming, and we would be at the point of view of the killer. That's how corny it would be.
Yeah. No, this was really well done. I'm just looking at some of these comments. Young G said getting good. Kegger says why was there only one guard and the Monsignor present? Exactly. And also, where was Sister Andrea? Where are all the five guys with their sunglasses? Did they get lost in the ball pit? Where are they? Where are they? There's one guard. And I think Justin had the exact same questions.
Exactly. Like they guarded her at the ball pit with at the play place for the kids.
Yeah, with a bunch of kids. Yeah.
Yeah, but like she is most vulnerable here. I mean, there's no security at all, barely any at the church really normally. So, and she is one of the most important people in the world right now for the show because of what she knows, and they only have one schmuck guarding her. Like that's the most irresponsible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, Kager, you said stick to your sexy grandma. Justin.
Well, I will have both if I have a chance to have both.
All right, let's get back to the seriousness of this. She senses what's happening. She knows that he slashed the guard's throat. She knows he's coming. He's calling to her. He's actually running the knife along the sides, and it creates sparks. He's calling out to her, antagonizing, saying, "I'm coming, hide and go seek." So, yeah, it's really I love the way he's running. He runs the knife along the walls.
How is he going to get away with this? I mean, he's about to commit another murder.
He didn't think this through. He didn't think this through at all. Because I don't understand why he went after Grace instead of Andy, because the whole point of going after Grace was she was going to let the secret out about Andy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So maybe the plan is to go get Andy now after killing her? I don't know.
The best way would be to mitigate any trouble from the Kristen situation, from knowing where Andy is just to kill Andy and get rid of the body. But like I said, and Andy can't leave on his own because poor bastard has the paralytic in his system. So he's at the mercy of Leland and sexy grandma. But I really don't know the significance of going after her. I mean, hindering her, killing her would definitely throw a monkey wrench in the church's future prophet, have you say it, prophecy plans. I'm not entirely sure how you.
Yeah, I think
Any other
maybe because she's about to not just expose him, but like you said, the whole 60 potentially, all the sigils, all the houses, if she's filling in all the empty spots in this puzzle, then they're going to be exposed, and they know that the entity or the church is coming after them and taking them out. So she probably is a bigger threat, ultimately a more pressing threat at this point, because she's the prophet and she knows she's got their number, and the church does too, but they don't have the abilities that she does. So without her, they won't be able to complete their mission, and
they're completely useless without her. Yeah.
Right. So I guess this is a more pressing concern. So he's going after her. That makes more sense, I guess. I answered my own question. So I love the knife against the hide and go seek. Yeah. There it is, Sparks. Yeah.
And I also loved how in this next shot, well, I'm not going to say I love it because I didn't, but his forearm in holding up the knife to stab her.
Yeah.
I don't know why he had to. I don't know why he had to use two hands. He could have just been like, and he could have just like stabbed it with one hand like that. You know.
Well, nobody said he was good at what he did. It is Jake, remember?
Oh yeah, Jake the Flake, the marching band, the small penis, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but then it really kind of they really took their time with it, because he stops and then he drags the knife again. Like, I went through, I was like, I need to get pictures of all of this, and then it shows the door. So yeah, and it just shows someone's coming.
Oh, hello, John W. Yes, you are late,
John W.
but welcome anyway. Yes, welcome.
They did. Young G said they did two hands to make it more dramatic. I just wrote what Brian said, thus two hands. So she's actually praying for her enemies. Brian also said it might have been a ritual killing. He's hello. Hello there, I am here.
How was getting to her so easy though? Like, I just don't understand that.
I don't know, but I had a feeling that someone was going to intervene.
Like, you cannot kill Grace. Like,
yeah, I knew that someone was going to intervene, but the angle, everything leading up to it was very, very well done. I really liked it. It was when I went back and I was taking like the screenshots, I thought it was phenomenal. This shot specifically, when he comes up behind her.
She was just sitting there praying, like not doing anything. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get up and fight for your life.
She knows what's going to happen.
She knew that the Monsignor was going to die. That's what she knew.
Yeah. She did try to help. She did. There's the angle. There was this. He has the two hands. Yeah. And then he grabbed him. And there's a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, they did the two hands to make it more dramatic, Young G Work said.
The Monsignor is a hero in this episode. He went down fighting to protect her, and I love him for it. I mean, he's done, he's not been the best guy, but I really think that this is the type of death that Andy deserves, to go down and fighting for his family. And I really, she did try to help.
Yeah, she did, but he pushed her off. He pushed her off when they were struggling. He pushed her down there. He pushed her away. So she actually fell down. when in the middle, and then they both went down the hall. They went down. It actually completely blacks out. They go down the steps, and then there's a blackout, and then the lights come up, and we just see him, a shot of him on the floor.
I hate that.
The Monsignor. Yeah. Well, the only good thing here is that Leland, the only upside is Leland is also injured. And you can tell he's injured. He definitely got in the side, so he definitely got a few shots in with him. There was definitely a struggle with a knife, and ultimately Leland won, but he didn't go unscathed. He didn't get away unscathed, and he's running. He's definitely injured. He's definitely gotten wounded in this, and he is getting the hell out of there.
And then people come running, though. Like, people come running to the Monsignor's aid after he's... Oh, I almost said something I shouldn't. After he's dead.
Well, he's still alive. And then Grace comes down because we didn't see what happened. I mean, she had been thrown to the ground by Leland. So probably by the time she came back up and ran down and she found the Monsignor on the ground, she yells for help. And nobody's there. And Kager, you said earlier she didn't know the Monsignor was going to get killed saving her. As I said, she can only see half the future, and Leland hit her with the vicious elbow, not a push. Yeah, I didn't get a screenshot of that exact because it went so fast, but I knew that he got her off. Like that didn't sound right.
with the vicious elbow, not he elbowed her.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, yes, that's correct.
Oh, and he says, tell Ignatius with his dying breath. He says, tell Ignatius I love. And right there, he dies. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Let him finish his words before you kill him. I mean, come on. Let him say, I love him. Like, come on.
We knew what he meant. We knew what he meant. And Ignatius is the Wallace Shawn character that they sent away because we suspected it wasn't appropriate for him to stay for obvious reasons.
Wait, what?
Ignatius.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I got it. I thought you were implying that there was a reason why they killed him off the show.
No. That was in the very first episode. They sent him away. They sent him to a different parish.
Yes, but I didn't remember his real name. So.
Yeah. So that is ultimately very, very sad. Nobody showed up actually.
Until she
yes.
starts screaming for help.
It looks like Leland, Kager, you said, might have gotten stabbed with his own dagger in the struggle. Yeah, I think when it went to black and they went down the steps, there was a struggle, and in the midst of it all, he definitely got. It looks like he got it in the side, maybe his right side, and
I hope it gets infected and festers and kills him.
Well, I just wonder what's going to happen now, because how is he going to get out of this? Grace knows what happens unless someone goes and takes out Grace. She's going to, avenge him next week. She's going to call the police. I mean, you just killed the Monsignor. That's a murder. He just got murdered. And police are going to want to know who the murderer is. You don't just go and kill a priest. Two priests.
Do you think she's going to tell? Do you think she's going to tell
Absolutely. Them? Of course she's going to tell. I mean, it would actually be illegal not to tell.
Yeah.
That would be witholding witness. She's a witness to a murder. And the final shot is just from above, and it kind of just is like a wide shot of him on the ground.
Oh my god, they had to plunge it in more.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
There's
like,
just
oh
gets
my
more
god.
further for a wider shot of him. Yeah, and that's where the episode ends.
That is a
Yeah,
very tragic death, and I am very sorry that he had to go that way. Um,
I wasn't
I
expecting that to happen.
like I said, I cried when it did. I was like, oh, he's risking his life in service to God, and he's gonna use his service to save her, and this is gonna be his last act. And I wasn't a particular fan of the Monsignor as of late. But I didn't want him to die. I thought he's an old guy, but he means well, Um, like he really loved David. See you next week, Brian. Thank you for joining us. He really
Thank
loved
you, Brian.
David. I think the Monsignor did, and I can't believe they did this. They screwed us over.
By killing the Monsignor?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a wrong choice given the
Really?
fact that yes, given the fact that we just recently lost the other actor in real life
Yeah,
who was the head of the church there. And so
yeah.
I think that killing this other person really, as an actor, killing the character was a wrong move.
Really? Who do you think should have died instead then?
I think they should have
'Cause
killed just probably
Andy?
just but I think they should have killed. Well, yes, Andy, but probably just some no-name priest guy, which of course they did. They killed the
They
guard
did.
guy,
They had to
but
kill off somebody, maybe like Dr. Boggs, or well, that might be coming.
well,
Is someone else gonna die? Is Andy gonna make it? I made a little short video about that asking.
uh,
It got a
oh
few
yeah,
thumbs
yeah.
downs, a couple dislikes.
Oh, good, good, good. Yes, good on the dislikes. Thank you guys
What?
for the dislikes.
Why?
Because I don't. Oh, well, it's on Andy dying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then no on the dislikes. No, sorry, I got confused there.
Kegger, you
Uh,
said somebody had to die in this episode. I agree. I agree. And I just did we see the Monsignor before? No, he hasn't really been around in this
no,
episode. He came out of nowhere, and he's not really involved in the entity. So
and he never found out that David was working with the entity either.
I think he knew, because he already asked him at some point. He confronted him, and David denied it, but I think he knew because he was suspicious, and he knows what it means when that LeConte shows up.
But I think that if anything, he would have loved to give his life in service to God, and that's exactly what he did here.
Yes, I agree that he did, and he died a hero. It was a very heroic death.
Kager, you want more people to die? Oh my goodness! Well, as long as one of them is Andy, then we're good.
So I really thought at the end of last season Andy was going to die, but I really don't want anyone else to die. Unless
You know,
maybe we could die. I'd be sad if we lost Dr. Boggs. I really would be.
oh
But
no, no, they need to put some paralytic in that chest of his and just let him go off into the peaceful out hereafter.
Andy?
No, Dr. Boggs.
Oh. No,
Yeah.
I think there might be like a redemption arc for Dr. Boggs. I really hope he has a coming to Jesus
No.
moment. Yeah.
You don't think he's too far gone?
No, I don't think anyone's too far gone.
Oh, okay. All right.
The only
So
Leland, obviously, too
I
far
was
gone.
just about to
Completely
ask. Yeah,
unhinged.
Leland.
I just think Leland made a very sloppy decision. He didn't. He's overconfident. He overplayed his hand. He didn't think it through. He almost succeeded, but he should have known. Also, again, Sister Andrea, we don't know where she was this whole episode. She's probably hanging out with the neighbors in that alternate universe. We don't know where she was because she senses things.
Mm-hmm.
She senses she has some type of abilities. So I don't know.
Why
I don't know
didn't
what's going to happen?
where was she and why wasn't she there? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. And the Monsignor was their boss. So who is going to replace him? Oh no. Oh no, not the other guy. Oh gosh.
Who?
The guy with the gambling habit. Forgot his name.
No, they wouldn't do that. That would
Mulva
make it
Hill,
stupid.
Mulva Hill.
No.
Okay.
They wouldn't promote that guy after that guy just got out of rehab. Come on now.
Okay. Well, anyways, this I don't know what to expect anymore.
No,
I don't even know if we're gonna get a resolution with Andy. He's gonna just be stuck in that room.
Well, if like I told Larice last week, I can't remember if this was on camera or off camera, but a fitting death for Andy would be Leland, pumping him full of some more paralytic and then putting him into a freezer to freeze to death. That would be a fitting death for Andy.
I could see that happening. Kangaroo wants Cheryl dead. He wants Cheryl to get it.
No, not my sexy grandma. I can't hear you.
No.
Those legs. No.
Those boops. No, the boops. We can't. She's got the boops. And the dress, the red dress.
Oh,
you can't have that.
I want the red dress from last season, the one she bought, the one she shoplifted from the store. Oh my God, that one was the best.
Well, I don't know what to expect.
What did you guys think of the music that I had for the intro? Did you guys like it or not? Or because I made it myself, so
I liked it.
If you guys had any issues with it or something, tell me and I'll spruce it up or something. I'm glad you liked it, Larice. I worked hard on it.
Yeah, it was good. I really liked it.
Yeah, good. Let's see. Sister. Oh, okay.
She's on sabbatical.
Why would she be on sabbatical though?
Maybe she was off playing piano.
That's
distracted by her demon.
Boop. Oh, wait,
she could have just been taking a nap. She might have been busy cleaning David's room. Who knows? I'd like to know. I had the same questions you guys had. Why there wasn't anyone else there? But what happened, and they clearly had this in mind. Leland became extremely unhinged. He miscalculated the entire situation. And now, if he gets away with this, I'm going to be angry because he needs to be arrested. I want to see him in cuffs. I need to see him in cuffs for this.
I want him on that wall. I need him on that wall, she says.
I just feel like he pushed it too far and he killed 2 priests. That's a double murder. That's not something that the police are just going to ignore. There's going to be a full investigation.
Was the guard guy a priest?
Disappear.
Was the guard guy a priest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was sarcasm. Yeah, I kind of figured out that about the sabbatical.
Yeah. See, the fact is with me, when we're texting and everything or whatever,
it's hard to tell on text.
Message board, it's hard to tell. I mean, even if you put LOL, so love you, buddy, but come on.
I'm gonna kill you, LOL. Oh, okay. Oh, you weren't joking. No, I was just laughing out loud at you. Sister Andrea, she had a knife. She had a very big knife. She could have taken him out.
She could have. She could have plunged it into his stupid face.
You're gonna be very angry. Leland's gonna get away scot-free. He better not. He better not. I think he might have to go into hiding. There's no way.
He might change his identity again.
Yeah.
Or go back to being small penis Jake the Flake.
Yeah, Jake the Flake. Well, they know that Leland is Jake and Jake is Leland. He's going to have to start over somewhere.
Probably. Oh, I was watching.
Make him go to Jersey.
Where is that? Where all the? Why?
Because I think that's punishment.
Oh, because it smells like shit.
Yeah, I mean it does, but so does Delaware and Baltimore. I think you know what? Go to Baltimore or Delaware. That's more punishment than Jersey.
Oh God, that's so funny. Oh my God.
Or I got it, East Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania. That's where he should go. East Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania.
What's wrong with Pennsylvania?
Or Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Everything is wrong with Pennsylvania. Or a blue ball, Pennsylvania. God, Pennsylvania's got so weird. There's also a Charlottesville. Charlottesville. He should go to Charlottesville. Wait, is Charlottesville in Maryland or Pennsylvania? I think it's in Maryland.
I don't know.
That is where he's going. We are sending Leland. He's going to have to go and live undercover as a different identity in Charlottesville.
Okay, well, on that note, with the Blue Ball City and and all that stuff, we're gonna fade out. That was our show. Thank everybody for joining, and we hope you come back. Yes, one more left, and I'm gonna fade out with our intro music as our exit music.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys. Have a good night. We will see you guys next week. Oh, he really wants to play his music. It stopped.
Bye.
It stopped. Wait, I thought it was going to keep going.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.